it did feel like at all times a little bit. Bringing the memories back of when we battled, for the greatest trophies in the sport.
Novak Djokovic is seen everywhere, from watching Formula One in Qatar.
You want to drive quicker, but sometimes you have to drive slower to go quicker.
And I always wondered what determines the pit stop, like when you decide to come and when does that happen?
That's a good question. I can take the
To bringing up the Copa Libertadores trophy in Buenos Aires just 12 hours later. He will also play an exhibition match against Juan Martín del Potro on his farewell to his tennis career.
Hey, hola, Pedro? Pedro. Hola, Pedro.
In one interview, he talked about his new coach, Andy Murray, and how it is to train with him.
It was great to have a hit with him in the championship courts. We haven't done that in a while. He's someone that is really inspirational to so many players around the world, and deservedly so. Someone that obviously struggled with big injury of the hip and had a hip replacement and built his way up rankings and work, having so much challenges, I think physically. It was like a good old days, we used to play a lot and train a lot, of course, and hopefully we can have many more of those kind of sessions, and it felt like playing an official match. In terms of my objectives and goals, they're always very high. And still at this stage of my career, I'm able to perform well, to move well, to win Grand Slams. And that's what actually matters the most right now, Grand Slams. And as long as there's that drive, I'll be here. When the drive disappears, I guess I'll consider to stop as well.
But media, for some reason, is not happy with this collaboration.
Becoming the golden goat earlier this season, winning the gold medal in the Olympics in Paris meant a huge deal to Novak, because of course that separated him from so many more great champions over the years. But he doesn't want any kind of discussion at all as to who is the absolute GOAT. And for that to happen, he's got to get to 25. And I think off the back of his lack of success this season in the majors, wasn't able to win one, then he's had to do something just a little differently. And I think because he's known Andy Murray all the way from when they were juniors, they do have a really good friendship. Novak's cut from a very different cloth. Murray is to a certain extent as well, but they've always got on really well. So I think that's another one of the reasons why perhaps Novak's thought, okay, I'm going to do a little teaming up here.
My first reaction was that Novak Djokovic wants to win more Grand Slam tournaments. So with Andy Murray helping him, I say that he thinks he can still win Grand Slam tournaments in 2025 and maybe even 2026. What Andy can do is he can tell Novak things that maybe Novak already knows, but Andy has played against all these players that Novak will face, and Andy have seen them. He's practiced with them. He has talked to the likes of Yannick Sinner, to Carlos Alcaraz, to Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Zverev, and he will have not secrets, but he will have other opinions about these guys' games. Andy Murray is going to be an excellent coach. I think he understands how to play your best tennis when you really need to. We always talk about peaking, and Andy Murray knows how to peak, because if you win the Olympic gold 2 times and you win Wimbledon 2 times and you are from Great Britain, you understand how to be your best at the most crucial times. I think that's going to be one of the most entertaining and one of the most interesting relationships that we're going to have between a player and a coach. That's going to be Novak and Andy in the future.
He is not the personality that will lay off if he feels like progress is being made. Novak doesn't need a babysitter. He doesn't need someone to teach him professionalism. He doesn't need someone to teach him how to hit a forehand or a backhand. He needs a strategist, an IQ mind that he can bounce ideas off of and work on very specific things for very specific matchups. He needs someone who understands if he gets through a 5-setter in the round of 16 of Australia, what do we need to do to recover? This is the way I'm feeling. What's your feedback? I know you have lived this very recently. He needs that.
Do you guys know about the curse of expertise or the curse of knowledge? It's basically this bias where you're really good at something, and no matter how good you have a hard time articulating because it comes so easily for you. And that happens a lot in sports. Yeah. Andy Murray has this a tennis genius brain, right? We obvious to the naked eye, it's tactical adjustments, it's everything that goes on in his head. He's also really good at communicating. And if you talk tennis with him, you end up smarter at the end of the conversation. And he's a cool guy. He knows sort of what buttons to push. He's got the right IQ. So it's not only that you have this genius in your corner. I think the real strength of Murray is that he's able to figure out a way to message these things. Whatever he's seeing, he's going to figure out a way to convey them to Novak in the most sort of efficient and effective way.
Novak said that he expects a trophy in 2025 with Andy Murray as his coach.
Final question on yourself and the year ahead. Obviously, Australia not that far away. What sort of shape are you in, and how much are you looking forward to the challenges of 2025?
I do. I think 2024 from achievement standpoint was all about the Olympic gold medal in Paris. That was the main goal from the beginning of the year. I didn't have such a great season comparing to maybe some previous years in terms of maybe Grand Slam success or other tournaments, and I've struggled with injuries and had the surgery of my knee after Roland Garros, but managed to recover and play finals of Wimbledon and win Olympics. So that was probably the best part of the year, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm feeling inspired again to go out on the court and motivated. I'm doing my best to prepare myself the best possible way. I have, more time than usual. We have kind of very short off seasons, but this time I ended my season quite early, so I had time to rest and recover, and then I'm in the training process, and paddle gets me going. So I'm looking forward to a competition. I feel like I can still go strong with young guys. Obviously, Sinner and Alcaraz are leading the way, but I feel like when I'm prepared, when I'm top of my game, I can challenge them, and I look forward to see how far I can go. Next year should be exciting. Obviously, always priorities are the slams, the majors, and then we'll see how it goes.
And this is how he enjoys his free time.
This is Formula One of the haircutting. Right? I mean, it's I cannot see exactly what he's doing, but I have full trust in him.
Don't go to that barber's down there. Really? Look what they did to me.
Oh my God, that looks great.
God bless. No.
Don't go to that barber's down there. Really? Look what they did to me. Oh my God, that looks great. God bless. No.
This is Formula One of the haircutting. Right? I mean, it's I cannot see exactly what he's doing, but I have full trust in him.
Novak, first of all, great to see you, and just tell us and sum up how your time has been here playing paddle today.
It's awesome. Honestly, it's first time here. Obviously with Nasser, a long-time friend, and a big, very passionate enthusiast of the paddle and tennis, and of course with Paris Saint-Germain football, and he's so involved with sports on a global level. And we always talked about playing paddle together, but it was never kind of we didn't find a moment, but here it is today. First time I played some paddle with him, and he's really good. And of course with Badr, His Excellency, and it's a lot of fun. You have legends like Joselu of the football world. Verdasco, my friend, a fellow tennis player. This is what makes this place so special. I guess the intertwining between so many different fields, successful players that and people that excelled in their fields, whether it's sports or business, entrepreneurship. So it's lovely. Obviously, F1 weekend in Qatar. The whole world's eyes is directed to Doha, and it's a pleasure to be here.